How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another update on Liv Mas, my wife's truck. We got a new bug shield on there today because the old one was cracked over here, probably a good 8 inches or so. And she decided to do some pretty cool little sticker design on it. We did get the turbo in. I forgot to say that we got the fuel pump in from Holley. It's the dual 450 kit. A few other things over there we'll go over later on. Right now I'm working on doing block off plates for all the stuff that we're not needing holes in the firewall anymore. So I got a little diagram over here, some metal, and we'll get cutting on that here in a sec. My wife's back here doing some stickers on the hatch too. Eventually her goal is to have this whole thing stickered and clear coated. Be a cool little topper on, baby. And it's windy as hell outside. Ooh, stuff's knocking over. So yeah, we'll get back to you here in a sec and get an update on some of those panels. So I ended up getting the panel made, big one there, a little one for the heater pipes go to the heater core. This one here I'm gonna hold off, come up with something for it. Ended up respraying the inside a little bit. She had about 8,000 miles on it, so it got pretty dirty in here. So I just did a little spray over dirt program on it. We got the Holley coming out through this hole here. That's where the AC control wiring bundle used to come through. Works out pretty good. I think it's gonna sit all behind the intake manifold, do a real clean wiring system. Everything's just gonna come up and right into place where it's supposed to be. We're switching to the inside now. Gonna get the Holley mounted. This is the whole gutted dash. There's no heat, no anything in it. But we're gonna get all the panels back together. And yeah, we'll give you a picture here in a sec. Show you what that looks like. So we got her dash in. We're still gonna get a new stereo unit. Probably gonna turn this into a little storage cubby for cell phones and whatnot. Maybe do a little USB strip. Or just use the one down here. So that's all back in. And we decided we're gonna do a little bit of a custom dash for now until we get all the correct gauges for this thing. We're gonna do the ECU kind of dead center right here, tucked back a little bit. And we're gonna do the screen for it right there so that it's right up front and she can see it really well. And then we're probably gonna do a boost gauge and air to fuel gauge. Leave just this screen, since it's kind of a tiny screen, is RPM and air to fuel or oil pressure or something, and then we'll do some different gauges around it for now. But she's getting the template drawn out for that right now. And yeah, we'll check back on that here in a sec. So we got the dash finished up a little bit. Got the Holley screen in there. It's got a little back strap with a magnet, and we have a little metal strip on the back of the ECU so we can still pull it out and kind of check it out outside of the dash if we need to. And then we're going to cut a little opening at the bottom for the ECU lights. So yeah, turning out pretty good. We'll get it all sprayed. Cassie picked a, what was it, a gray to match the dash?
Yeah, like a speckly one.
Speckly, textured.
Textured.
Do a textured gray paint on it to kind of keep it with the other panels. But you see there, it's going to work out pretty good, I think. And then we'll put boost gauge and air to fuel ratio gauge next to it, possibly. All right, we'll keep on cruising. While we were waiting on the Gorilla Glue to dry for the Holley dash that's holding the magnet back in there, we went ahead and pulled the gas tank out. We need these two lines here with the adapters for an external fuel pump system that we were running on this truck is now going into this truck. So we're making room for Cassie's new Holley dual 450 liter per hour universal setup. This is good for 1750 horse. So with the turbo over there, it'll be much more than she can grow into this year. So we'll get that taken care of, get that all switched over. And the plan for this tank, I think, is going to be pull all this out, and we're actually going to cut this section out and then re-weld a flat plate here, because that's a 4-inch inlet on that new pump, and we're going to scoot it a little bit more towards the front of the truck. There's a little bar right here that I don't know if the hat on that one will clear, but there's plenty of room right here. So we'll end up doing that. That'll be a little later on. And we'll get the other gas tank out of this truck cleaned up. It's outside right now. Go through, give it a good deep clean, and then get on to getting that fuel system on it set up. So we ended up getting some of the plates made. Did a little touch-up painting here. It was full of dirt and grime from the mileage that it's been through and the states it's been through. So did a little paint over dirt. Looks pretty good. And so I ended up taking the dash back out and we got it painted and then put the little bottom support in there. So it's all textured for now. We'll pick up some gray paint this week sometime. But as far as this weekend's video goes, that's it. Please like and subscribe and follow along to see how these cars do. Again, this is Liv Mas, Race Mas, Little Twin S10s. Thank you.